Sometimes in life, we run so fast that we forget why we even started running. We chase wealth, we chase recognition, we chase approval. We push ourselves harder and harder, believing that the faster we run, the sooner we will arrive at peace and happiness. But what if this race called life is not about finishing first at all? What if it is about running in the right way, with the right heart? If you have ever felt tired of chasing, then this story is for you. In a quiet valley far from the noise of the cities stood a monastery built of stone and wood, its walls weathered by centuries of sun and rain. The air there was different, still, crisp, almost sacred, as if time itself slowed down when you stepped through its gates. Birds rested on the tiled roof, a fountain whispered softly in the courtyard, and the fragrance of incense drifted gently in the wind. One afternoon, a young man entered this monastery. His face showed the marks of exhaustion, not just from travel, but from life itself. His eyes darted restlessly, as though he was being chased by something invisible. His footsteps were quick, almost hurried, as if he feared slowing down even for a moment. He came across an old monk seated beneath a great banyan tree. The monk's eyes were half closed, his body perfectly still, as though he was carved from stone, yet alive with peace. The young man sat down near him, unable to keep his turmoil hidden. His chest rose and fell with heavy breaths, and soon his thoughts poured out. He confessed that his life felt like a constant race. From childhood, he was told to run faster, to do better, to achieve more. At school, he competed with classmates. At work, he competed with colleagues. In society, he compared himself with friends and strangers. No matter how much he achieved, it never felt enough. There was always someone ahead, someone faster, someone richer, someone more successful. He said he was tired, but still unable to stop. He feared that if he slowed down, he would be left behind, forgotten, worthless. The monk listened in silence, his calm presence more powerful than words. For a long time, he said nothing, allowing the young man's storm of emotions to settle. Then, slowly, he began to speak. His voice was soft, but each word carried the weight of wisdom gathered over a lifetime. He told the young man that the world had taught him to run, but it never taught him to live. From childhood, he was conditioned to see life as a competition, where others were rivals and success meant overtaking them. But in truth, the monk explained, life is not a race against others, it is a journey with yourself. He said most people run not out of love for the journey, but out of fear of being last. They run because everyone else is running. They run because they are afraid of standing still. And in doing so, they forget to notice the beauty of the path, the flowers blooming on the roadside, the laughter of a child, the kindness of a stranger, the peace hidden in ordinary moments. The young man listened, his breathing beginning to slow. The monk's words seemed to reach a place deep inside him that had long been silent. Still, he asked, but is it wrong to dream big? Is it wrong to want success? The monk gently shook his head. No, he said, dreams are not wrong. Striving is not wrong. But chasing blindly without peace in your heart is like drinking salt water. You may quench your thirst for a moment, but soon it only leaves you thirstier. Success without inner peace is not success at all. It is just another form of slavery. He explained that the true race is not against others, but against time, and time cannot be defeated. No matter how fast you run, time will always move ahead. The only way to win is not to outrun it, but to walk with it, conscious of each step, grateful for each breath, carrying kindness with you wherever you go. He spoke of people he had seen in his life. Some had gained wealth but lost joy. Some had climbed to high positions but felt empty inside. Some had run faster than anyone else but arrived nowhere, for they had forgotten why they started running. And then there were those who moved slowly, who never seemed in a hurry, yet lived deeply and touched countless lives with love. Those were the true winners of this race called life. The young man's heart stirred. He realized that he had been running blindly, measuring his worth by how far ahead or behind he was compared to others. He had forgotten his own dreams, his own peace, his own purpose. He had chased recognition, but neglected joy. He had gathered achievements, but lost himself along the way. As the afternoon sun began to set, painting the sky in golden hues, the monastery seemed bathed in a holy glow. The fountain in the courtyard continued its gentle song, and the old monk closed his eyes once more, as if the lesson was complete. The young man sat silently, tears welling in his eyes, not from sadness, but from relief. He felt as though a heavy weight had been lifted off his shoulders. For the first time in years, his heart felt light. He bowed deeply to the monk, gratitude overflowing in his chest. Then he rose to his feet. His steps were no longer hurried, no longer restless. They were calm, steady, filled with a new wisdom. He walked out of the monastery slowly, carrying with him not just the monk's words, but a new way of living. And from that day on, he stopped running to defeat others. He stopped measuring his life by how far ahead or behind he was compared to others. Instead, he chose to live each day with awareness, with gratitude, with kindness. He still dreamed, he still worked hard, but now he did it with peace in his heart. He understood at last that life is not about finishing first, it is about living fully before the race ends. So if you find yourself running endlessly, stop for a moment. Ask yourself, why am I running? What am I chasing? And will it give me true peace? Remember, the race is not about being faster than others. It is about walking your path with meaning, with love, and with joy. And if this story touched your heart, then don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who is running too fast to notice life's beauty. And if you want more wisdom that can guide you through your own journey, subscribe to Life Lessons Library, because sometimes the right story at the right time can change the way you live forever.